I think that's bent. I think I've bent my side stand. Not the end of the world. I think it's just I think I've parked on an incline right to left, and then I'm 105 kilos. There's maybe 40-50 kilos of gear on the bike. Is a lot with the gear I'm wearing as well. I think I've gotten off on an incline and it's actually bent it. So at some point I need to find a garage and get it straightened, and then get a piece of like 10mm bar welded to it so it just can't bend again. Anyway, the place I stayed in last night was a bloody DOS house. Oh my god, absolute, what a state. Yeah, it was only €40, but I mean it was a bed and a roof over my head, but it was just a DOS house. It was absolutely dropping to bits. They were maintaining it with a budget of zero, so everything was just bodged. Like the plumbing under the sink was like sellotaped. The shower curtain was like a piece of wire that had been stapled to the wall. Yeah, it was. They're essentially running like a slum building, basically. It was, so I admit defeat, actually. Yeah, the €40 camping was a much nicer experience than the €40 hotel. But if you had to have a hotel and you only had €40, not so bad. Anyway, who cares? Shut up. Basically, stop whinging. And I actually found, right, so today, right, anyway, getting back to it, I was near Augsburg. I'm now heading to Berchtesgaden, which is where Kielstein House, I think it is, Kielstein House, something like that. Basically, Adolf Hitler's mountain retreat. That's where we're aiming for. I've just stopped actually outside of like a garage or a dealership. It's closed because, if you didn't know, on a Sunday in Germany everything closes, there's nothing open, so there's loads of places you can just stop off. It's alright. But I went to the supermarket last night after I stopped filming, just to get some bits and pieces, because you just can't buy it unless you want to live off like crisps. Well, I live off crisps anyway actually, so yeah, you can just go to the petrol station. But I checked the weather for Berchtesgaden today. There's a thunderstorm from lunchtime onwards, and it lasts until about lunchtime tomorrow. The plan was to camp. There's only 3 campsites in Berchtesgaden. One of them's fully booked. I did email them, and the other 2, one of them's more RVs and caravans. It's like hard gravel car parks, so you can't really camp there. And then the other one I'm not too sure about. Anyway, thunderstorms. I was like, no, I'm not paying that. I'm not camping in a thunderstorm. It's just going to be miserable, isn't it? So I had a look at some hotels, which I'm not super keen on paying for, and you can't really find a hotel for less than €120. They're all Austrian guest houses, which in my experience have been phenomenal in the past. They actually are really, really good. I've never had a bad one, because wait, it's not Austrian guest house, it's still in Germany actually, but it's kind of like an outcrop into Austria. And then I found one about 40 minutes away from Berchtesgaden for a grand price of, grand total of €48.50. Now I know I've been stung last night. Well, not really stung, but I know I've complained because I've spent very little and got very little. That is but I tell you what, right, it's €48, right, comes with a free breakfast, and it comes with full use of the spa. So don't know if that's going to be any good. I am a skeptic at heart, so I don't know. Well, we'll see though, won't we? Anyway, getting back to it, I also had to take a bit of a stop off. Yeah, the stitching has started to come away. One of my panniers, I had too much weight in them, and it's stretching the fabric. And I noticed, because of the design is not the best, all of the stress is placed on this stitch across the top, just with the weight in the bag. So I stopped off at a farmhouse where you had a big open courtyard, and I've taken everything heavy out of the panniers and shifted it forward into the crash bar bags, so they're now really heavy, but the straps on them are quite, because the surface area to strap ratio is much better than the panniers, so these now just have clothes in and bits and pieces. They are now quite light, to be fair, and there is space in them actually, so hopefully that'll make them last, because stitching failing on 5 days into a 6-month tour is really bad. And I also made the mistake of buying stupid things that are high mass, high volume, like a big yogurt and a big Pepsi, and, you know, grape punnets and just stupid idiot stuff. And yeah, the tools was the biggest problem actually. In fact, yeah, so the tools are in this side, big bag of tools, and that's the heaviest high mass thing I have on the bike at the minute. So the tools are now in the tank bar bag along with a few other bits and pieces. Brake pads was the heaviest item actually, beg your pardon. They're now in there because this can just sit on the top of the bike. So a few changes, but so far so good. I'm probably not going to be record riding. I'm about an hour away from Berchtesgaden now, or an hour away from my spot, 40 minutes away from Berchtesgaden. I've only had like 3 hours 20 minutes today of riding, which is like not too bad. I'm about an hour away now, but check-in isn't until 2:30 and it's 1:30 or 11:30, so I'm just going to chill out here for a bit. I spent 3 hours editing yesterday. It's not very good. I don't want to edit forever, and the apps I'm using, like CapCut, has now decided that because I've done 4 4K videos, I'm not allowed to do that anymore unless you pay £33 a month. I'm a bit begrudged to start signing up to apps, and of course Insta360 wants a subscription as well. Insta now has Edits, which is an app that's free, but it's not going to be free for long, is it? Of course not. Anyway, I'll worry about that. But basically, we're approaching where I need to be. But I'm quite keen to compare €40 for the DOS house in Augsburg to €48.50 for the Spa house. We'll see. We'll see. It might be good. Might be good. Just got here before the rain hit. It's miserable now. Afternoon. There's no staff in at the minute, so the people that are staying the night, we've just got envelopes left out on the counter at reception. So it's based on honesty, really. Another thing that you could only do in Deutschland. Well, look at it, it's pretty swanky. Look how wide this staircase is. It's nice. Of course, I've got the room the furthest away from everything. That's just my luck though. Here it is, there, look. I tell you what, I reckon I've gone from a crack den this morning, I stayed last night, to this. And I tell you what, sometimes you get a gem and sometimes you get a turd. I've got a balcony. You can sit and have some beers with, well, if there's anyone staying the night, but it's alright. It's not bad, like, is it? Booked for one person, so they've only given me one side of the bed clothes. I don't know, that's a bit weird. I've got my own bathroom and that. Well, aye. That's not bad, like, is it? I'm impressed. For €48, and it includes breakfast. And I reckon I'm going to go and get in the pool, I think. I think there's a pool. Oh no, hang on, there's a spa. I'm not really a spa person. Anyway, no riding footage today. The roads were pretty nice actually, traffic was really good. But it's on the basis that tomorrow I'm riding one of the most legendary roads in the world. We're doing the QuadLock High Alpine Pass, which will be absolutely spectacular. This will be my 3rd time riding it, 3rd time recording it as well. But it's just phenomenal. So, yeah, in the morning we're heading into Berchtesgaden to go and get the panoramic view of the mountain retreat and all that. And then after that we're doing QuadLock. I think we're staying somewhere around Seeboden, but I'll just see where the booking sends us. But yeah. So for €8 more, gone from a crack den to like nice Austrian hotel basically. Wait, it's still Deutschland, but even the roads are Austrian. They're all like bendy, nice.